Since Caleigh and Sara cannot behave, listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach, the podcast where fitness is more about fun than form.
I'm Sara, the fitness expert who lifts heavy and loves a good challenge.
And I'm Caleigh, a newbie who runs more for survival than sport.
We're here to remind you that fitness doesn't have to be serious,
but we definitely take the snacks seriously.
So if you're looking for some laughs and a few questionable fitness tips,
you've come to the right place. Welcome to season 5.
So Caleigh, what do you like to listen to when you work out?
I don't know. Sometimes a podcast and sometimes music.
Hey, wait, this is a podcast. What if you could have both?
At the same time?
Oh, yeah. Podbeat is a free mobile app that lets you add any beat style to any podcast for your workout. It's easy to do and free to download in the App Store. Caleigh, you sound pretty cool with the trap beat, but Sara, the funk beat works for your voice.
So if you want to make our podcast work for a workout, check it out in the App Store.
They even have Podbeat for Android users in the Google Play Store. Okay, on to the show. Welcome back to Nacho Fitness Coach, the podcast where Sara breaks down bad fitness advice, and I'm just trying not to break down. I just love it when you two erupt in laughter when I do those. It's my favorite thing.
Oh, man.
I think you're doing it just to humor me.
Yeah,
sometimes I wonder if this whole podcast is like set up. Like I wonder, like, do my husband,
Truman Show?
Yeah,
it's
like
the
did my
Caleigh
husband
show?
like pay you guys to like give me something to do? It's not actually real.
Oh, it's all just virtual reality. Which now I'm gonna hear that Jamiroquai song, like, or how you say his name in the virtual reality song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Jamiroquai?
Jamiroquai. That's how you say his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the virtual insanity?
I think that was a little before my time.
Really? Hold on.
Oh my god.
Virtual. You're probably not gonna be able to hear. We didn't.
You have to sing it.
I don't really think I could. Jamiroquai. Oh yeah. See. Oh, I remember the video and everything. You're gonna know this when I think you. Oh, that's Nike ad. No, I think I'm good. We'll just like let it play through the. Ready? Oh God, this music video is iconic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The world we're living in. 15 years ago. Almost feels like this predicted where the world was going. Virtual insanity.
I'll have to give it a listen.
That's not ringing a bell to you at all?
The song, now when you played the song,
video?
yeah, but I couldn't tell you like what that song's about. Probably never seen the video.
Really?
No.
Oh man, that was good. I mean, but I also used to be somebody that was obsessed with MTV to watch the music videos. And then they stopped doing music videos.
Yeah.
And it was really annoying. So sad. But people still make music videos, which is exciting.
Switched over to reality TV.
Right. I don't understand why, but anyway, so that's really not anything relative to the conversation that we have ahead of us.
Nope.
But
Don't know how we got there. Do you have ADHD?
I do know how we got there. Your intro.
Oh, okay.
Right?
It just took a turn.
I did not. You totally took us there. You said you're trying not to break down, wondering if your husband paid us off.
Yeah.
And then I did bring up Truman Show.
Yeah.
You're just in the Caleigh show.
Yep.
And it's all just virtual reality. And then the song did start playing in my head because it's called Virtual Insanity. So it's actually a very logical sequence of
I'll
events.
allow it. Listen, it's fine.
I just am kind of shocked that you've never heard that song.
I have told you I have heard that song. I just don't, obviously I don't know it on the level that you know it.
Oh, it's too bad.
Sorry.
It's good stuff.
Sorry about that.
Really good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about hypertrophy.
What? Talk about what?
And I'm gonna start like even putting a space in there and be like hypertrophy.
You just love your trophies.
That I do. I actually think I still have every trophy that I've ever won.
I'm sure you do.
Any medal.
I'm sure you do.
I'm a collector of fine things. Does that count?
Of fine things. Your trophies and medals are fine things. Yes. That's hilarious. You said that with the straightest face ever. I'm a bit of a connoisseur of my achievements.
I have shadow boxes and shelves.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
That's
That's maybe
Sarah,
not.
Sarah thing I've ever heard you say.
It is maybe not as impressive as a collection as my t-shirt collection is.
When you go to sleep at night, do you like have a wall of like your like magazine cover pictures of magazines that
No,
you're
those
on?
are
You,
at
like,
the-
you like kiss them all good night and you're like,
Though-
good night, Women's Health.
Not at home, but they are on the wall at the office at the gym. So yes.
I'll see you beauties tomorrow.
Oh, good night. Sleep tight.
Man,
Sweet
I probably would
dreams.
do that if I was on fitness magazines.
It's an accomplishment. Something to be proud of.
I
Right?
agree.
Don't be mad at me for being proud. Oh man. But yeah, I mean my t-shirt collection though is next level. I don't think I've actually ever donated a t-shirt that I've ever owned. So I do have like containers, like Rubbermaid storage containers full of like rolled up t-shirts.
That's called mental illness.
But I also don't remember purchasing a t-shirt until I was in like high school.
Yeah.
Because growing up,
Yeah,
like
you just
every
get 'em.
camp you sign
You
up
have
for,
those
everything.
like from when you were a kid?
Oh, I have the 1988 Hershey track meet t-shirt.
Why don't you let your kids wear them?
They're probably too big for them now. Like
They're probably all rat-eaten.
Nope, they are not because they are sealed up. I got them all rolled up. They're protected. I did actually bust that specific one out. I still was wearing that one through college.
What are you going to do with them
Keep them.
then? Wait, so your poor kids just have to deal with them? And
I mean, they got to get a little bit bigger. I mean, I used to wear really like baggy t-shirts and I know the sizing has changed. So maybe a large, because I feel like most of mine were probably larges or extra larges back then. It actually would be interesting to see how much the sizing has changed. Since the
oldest
90s.
t-shirt I have is from over 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago. I worked at a daycare in Omaha and we could wear whatever we wanted to work. And then one day we all came in and they were like, we have these t-shirts now and we will issue you 2 gray ones and 1 sand one. And so the entire staff decided, since they only gave us 1 sand shirt, that we weren't going to wash them. We were just all on a
Gonna keep wearing them?
boycott. So we all had stinky. So anyway, I ended up, and after a while, they came out with like colored ones that you
Sure.
could buy.
Right?
And so I had a ton of those, and I had a tie-dye one, I think, from something.
Fun.
Super fun. But over the years, those have gone. I still do have the gray hoodie that I purchased, and I have 1 gray t-shirt, which I cannot get rid of. And sadly, it got stained a few months back. There's like a red. So now it's like my painting or like working
Right.
outside shirt. But
Right.
It's still is a thing that I have. That's probably my oldest t-shirt. I do have one of Jeremy's old fraternity
Yeah.
t-shirts as well, which is older than that.
Yes, it would be.
Pikes smashing out nerds since I don't know, whatever year that fraternity was founded.
That's awesome.
Which is funny because he's a nerd.
He is
you
a
know?
nerd. True. He's a smart computer person. Yeah, that would make my oldest t-shirt 35 years old.
Almost as old as me.
Wow. That's crazy. It was a good one too. It's gray and it has like hot pink lettering because the Hershey track meet used to be like a youth track meet. It was a big deal.
I remember it.
And we had the like regional one was here. And then if you qualified, you got to go to state. And the state one was over in Grand Island.
I think I actually signed up for it one time. And I tried to do hurdles, which I had never done hurdles in my life.
Oh, that was a brave one to choose.
Yeah, I fell.
I'm sure you did.
I tripped over the hurdle. And that was the end of my athletic career.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done now.
who let me sign up for that? Like,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
like, what was happening
That
in my
was
life
not
at
a
that
very
time?
smart
Like,
choice.
first of all, that I thought I should be doing that. Maybe my friends were doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, but you didn't sign up. Your mom did, or somebody.
Yeah,
did.
for some reason I signed up, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna
You
do this.
signed up.
How hard can it be? How hard can hurdles be?
Can't be that hard.
I tripped over the very first one, and then I just laid there and wanted to die. I remember it.
I ran hurdles as an event once in college. I was not a hurdler.
We should try to do hurdles now.
I would love to. We got to wait till springtime, which by the time this episode comes out, it'll be like right at the beginning, like track season is ahead of us. So when we
need to start training.
when we record season 6,
Are there different sizes of hurdles?
all the sizes are the same, but they go up and down. So there's like there's those little metal tabs on the poles that you push in, and there are different heights for the different levels. Like
And you
ages,
did
so-
shot put?
yeah.
You're like the trunch bowl.
Yeah, that was the event.
That's
I was
what
recruited
whenever
for.
you tell me you shot put.
I threw shot put.
Shot put it.
Shot put. Threw shot put.
I always picture you like dressed as the trunch bowl from Matilda.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen Matilda.
What?
Trunch bowl, Trunch. Oh, Miss Trunchbull. Oh, okay. Oh, that's hilarious. Yes.
And when you see the movie, you need to watch
Yes.
the movie and like see her character. You've got a little trunch bowl in you.
Is amazing. So I coach middle school track and I coach the throwers, and I was not sure how coaching that age group was going to go because I have a tendency to prefer like high school aged kids to coach. But it was a chance to coach the throwers. And I had this realization like before I started with the season, I was like, you know what? These kids, track is not a youth sport in a similar way that like people start with baseball.
Yeah.
And softball. Like around here, it's like soccer, you start when you're 5.
Sure.
Baseball, you start pre-K. Like, volleyball, you're starting in like 2nd grade. I mean, they're
all like
early
new to
elementary
it.
school. But it's not like, I'm probably going to get my kids started throwing in it because it's great. But, we don't have middle school, elementary age kids learning how to throw shot put here. Like maybe other parts of the country, they have like little pockets of track clubs and stuff that might start. But I was like, ooh, actually, this is going to be great because I'm literally getting them the first time they ever pick up a shot put or a discus. Like, this is going to be amazing because I'm going to be able to teach them right from the very beginning. And it was a lot of fun. But what I very quickly realized is there is definitely a personality to people that are throwers on the track team. And that personality is the same. Like, we are the outcasts. It is like the land of the misfit toys. And that's who we are. It is. And, especially in middle school where everyone
eating
else is
track, it's like running.
you're running. Right. Absolutely. And so,
You're not running.
Nope. And so, especially with like the girls, most of them are like, no, my friends are running. So I'm running. I'm going to run and I'm going to jump. Like, we don't throw things. Why would we want to do that? Right.
Yeah.
But it is an amazing.
You get so excited about track.
I do love track. And you know what? It was never my favorite sport.
No.
I never thought I would do it through college.
I would like for you this coming Halloween, it's a ways away. I would like for you to
dress like Miss
Trunchbull.
Miss Trunchbull. Okay, so with that, we're going to take just a quick little ad break. Be sure to check out nachofitnesscoach.com to purchase exclusive merchandise, including the wine tumblers we use during recording and the gear that we wear. You can also listen to our episodes and access direct links to our social media.
Okay, we're back.
I could totally do it. And I probably even would do, I'd probably pull out like an old sweatshirt of mine from college and I could totally do the weight belt. I have one that looks exactly like that.
Now you need to watch it because me and my kids we watch it from time to time. It's one of their favorite movies, and I'm always like, look, there's Sarah.
Is hilarious. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Well, I definitely feel like I look like that when I'm coaching.
Yeah,
especially middle schoolers, because I'm like, if you can't handle this dodgeball, you think I'm gonna put an 8-pound metal ball in your hand? Like, you guys, you're gonna hit somebody.
What was that line? If you can dodge a wrench ball, or if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball.
Is that a line?
Yeah, Alan, do you know what I'm talking about? If you can dodge a wrench, it's from the dodgeball movie. Vince Vaughn.
Oh.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can
What
dodge
was the name of that? Was it called Dodgeball? It had Ben Stiller in it too, right? 2 of them. That's funny.
We should get to the topic though.
I don't know. I'm kind of like enjoying these pictures because I feel like this is what
found
people
your, like spirit animal.
This is what people picture as like throwers.
Know this.
No. I mean,
since I've known you, I have associated
me with Mrs. Trunchbull.
Miss Trunchbull.
I love it. I have no problem being associated with being a shot putter that looks like that. So it's kind of
watch
fun.
Watch the movie.
And would that change my opinion on that?
She's the villain.
That's fine.
Oh. That tracks.
Okay. Sounds about right. Why did we think that's such a... Okay, that's fine. Anyways, okay, so Agatha Trunchbull. Well, I had no idea.
Yep.
All right, so we were going to talk... I mean, it does kind of actually relate a little bit to the topic because we were talking about hypertrophy. I'm here just for the comments section.
You wanted to do this episode just so you could continually say hypertrophy. Just backstory for dear listener. I don't know, in seasons past, Sara uttered the word hypertrophy. Apparently wrong, and I didn't correct her because I didn't know. I had never even heard the word in my goddamn life.
Didn't I even like immediately correct it and be like hypertrophy? I just said hypertrophy.
You didn't. You said hypertrophy, and then I had actually seen a couple of videos on Instagram or whatever where I heard him saying hypertrophy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, did Sara say that wrong? And it's like, I don't really care. At the end of the day, like I'm still gonna sleep fine at night. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
and I just kind of like let it go. And then we got a comment from a listener at some point who
she was mad.
She was just, I don't know, like just move on with your life, and she's like, this podcast is not rooted in science and we never said it did, babe. we never said that.
Hashtag comedy.
You're in the wrong place.
That was never our shtick.
And so I was just like, I'm sorry that we did not meet your standards as,
a listener,
what
but
you want to listen to. And I said there are many great science-based podcasts out there.
Sure.
This is comedy.
We're doing the best we can.
This is 2 bitches shooting the shit.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I was like, good luck on your journey.
Yeah. And I have made a serious intention then of being like, it's hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. That's fine. It can be hypertrophy.
Well, because the opposite is atrophy, right?
Right.
So hypertrophy and atrophy would make sense.
Sure. But it would make sense. Hypertrophy.
And we did look it up at some point. It is hypertrophy.
We did make Google, I think.
And that's okay. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You know what?
But, my husband agrees with me.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So, which is funny because he does not listen to this podcast at all. But I think I shared that story with him and it randomly came up in a conversation like over a year later. And he was like, it is hypertrophy.
So tell me what hypertrophy is.
So hypertrophy is just the goal of making your muscles look bigger.
Growing your muscles?
Because
atrophy is
the shrinking of muscles. Yes. So, you are wanting for your muscle to increase size.
Yeah.
Size. But which can be a goal, right? That is actually the goal of, say, people that are doing bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Their goal is to make their muscles look bigger in size. So is that like
bulking, or is bulking just getting like heavier?
So a bulking is part of a process typically used towards a bodybuilding goal, where it is a stage of the process where you are heavily focusing on making sure you're building muscle size.
Okay.
In order to build muscle size, you have to make sure you're consuming enough calories then to fuel your muscles to grow from the workouts. And so, yes, can you build muscle and stay lean? You can. It's just a longer process. So, depending on how many people have a goal with how many shows they're doing every year. I mean, I feel like a lot of times it's pretty common for people to say do 2 shows a year. So they go through a process where they do maybe a 3 or 4 month bulk.
Sure.
And then they cut. And then they have a show. And then they'll do it again. And so it just kind of varies. Or if they're on year cycles, they'll have a longer bulk. And then depending on how much body fat they grow while they're building their muscle, then that determines how long their cut needs to be. Because you can only cut so much body fat then. So It's a
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, so bulking typically refers it to like a overconsumption of calories in an effort to making sure that you have enough nutrients available for your muscles to like repair and grow at a faster rate than if you were consuming just enough for that to happen. That's, I think, the overall idea to it. And so so that's why most people opt to do it, because they're like, okay, well, I will overconsume. I'm willing to gain the body fat during that process, knowing that the size of my muscles is going to grow faster from the workouts than trying to build and stay lean.
Okay.
Either
And they have like special protein powders and stuff like specifically for that stage,
like,
right?
I mean, mass gainer shakes end up being like really super popular, not only for bodybuilders that are in that stage, but also for people that have body types that are considered like hard gainers, which you kind of know the body type. It's somebody who tends to be, it doesn't matter how much they eat, they stay like really super lean and slender.
Yeah.
They just really probably have a really super high metabolism.
I never heard that until you told me the other day that my husband.
I think he probably is that body type of a hard gainer. Yeah. So if you are somebody that has a really super high metabolism. And I was like,
why are you like hitting on him? Like, what? No. Excuse me? I was like, watch your mouth.
Don't you be talking about him like that. It's like, how do you know he's a hard gainer? Oh, it means it's hard for you to gain muscle because your metabolism's so high.
Yeah.
The amount that you have to actually physically consume is just a significant amount of money, or not money, but of food. So gainer shakes end up being a great option because they have not only protein in them, but they have fats and carbs too, which sometimes are considered meal replacement shakes, but they're like double. I mean, it depends on how it fits in your macros and like what your overall goal is and what your current body type is. And I mean, all of the things around it. Right. And so let's just say it's really hard to wake up one day accidentally looking like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I've learned that.
Yeah. So, but when it comes to hypertrophy, like that tends to be, I feel like, a really common goal for people who start strength training, unless you have some sort of like athletic performance goal in mind. But for most adults, I don't feel like that's the case.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, for most adults, you're like, I just want to feel good in my clothes. I want to be confident. I want to see maybe some muscle shape, but I'm not necessarily worried about power or strength or endurance on like a field, for example. Right. And so, believe it or not, there are very different strategies to go accomplish all of those different things. So the sets and rep ranges and how frequently you lift during the week to accomplish a goal to just grow your muscle size is very different than if you are somebody who's an athlete and you're trying to exert power. Just because you have the muscle does not mean you're going to be powerful if you haven't trained for power.
Right.
Same thing for hypertrophy. You might have the muscle size, you might have the muscle shape, they might be really big, but you might not be strong.
They're just for display only.
They're for display only. Yep. And now there's some like areas where they kind of like overlap and you can kind of get the benefits of both. But generally speaking, I think most people that are looking just to achieve a healthy lifestyle, they're going to be putting the time in the gym. They kind of want to see the shoulders, the muscle strength, and don't skip leg day, right? So you want to have the muscle strength and endurance, and you don't want to worry about any of that going away. And I think for most healthy adults, hypertrophy is the goal. Right?
Would that be my goal?
I mean, it depends.
Depends on what my goals are.
Depends on what your goals are. It really just depends. So should we talk about then, if that is specifically your goal?
Yeah.
What does that look like? I mean, we have talked, I think, sporadically over the last few seasons, what does it look like to put a workout together?
Yeah.
How should you focus? Like what your goals are, making sure you're doing things that are full body, multi-joint. Most people want to be efficient with their time because we've got a lot of different things.
We got shit to do.
We got shit to do. We're busy. We need to be efficient. I am a firm believer
in full body.
3 days a week, full body is going to get you where you need to go. I always used to kind of default to 3 sets full body, but I'm kind of starting to push a little bit more to 4 sets because
God dang it, I thought you were going to say 2.
Sorry.
I was like, I'm there.
I know I'm going the other way, but if you're already at the workout and you're doing it, to get in one more set of all the exercises really isn't that much more time. You're already warmed up, you're there. And then if you just kind of go through it that one more time, your overall pounds lifted, you're putting that much more pressure on your muscles and your bones. I think it's probably
damn it.
It's probably a good thing. So yeah, I mean I'm kind of changing on that a little bit. Yes.
You're doing 4 sets?
Yeah, and I think it's good. And I do actually right in front of me have pulled up a white paper because I know you love those on PubMed. And Brad Schoenfeld, who is actually a researcher that I do really appreciate a lot. I think he does a lot of really good research. He does have a white paper that was published with the conjunction of a few other people that loading recommendations for muscle strength, hypertrophy, and local endurance, the reexamination of the competition or the repetition continuum. And so they do go through in this white paper with the details, and I know you love that.
I'll read it later.
But they do suggest that 4 reps are...
God dang it.
A summary of studies that explored the effects of different loads on muscular strength. Now, this was male soccer players, which...
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I mean,
not me.
That is the hard part.
Couldn't be me.
Okay, so with that, we're going to take just a quick little ad break.
If you're enjoying our podcast, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening.
Okay, we're back.
As we've alluded to previously, not a lot of these research papers are done on females.
Yeah.
Young soccer players, so they actually have a grid here. Young male soccer players, male college students, and resistance trains males, young untrained men. Oh, wait, we get to women.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
I knew it was coming.
All right, so young untrained women, men, undergraduate women. Now they do get to 2 times a week, 3 times a week.
How many sets?
Trained, young untrained. Hold on. Ooh. Keep going. All right. Untrained postmenopausal aged women. So that's a little bit older. 3 times a week. All right. Well, so maybe, but I also have shorter term goals too in place that extra set's definitely gonna help. Okay. So we could stick with the 3 if you'd be happy with that.
Okay,
we're not going to go down to 2 though. Don't go down to 2. Stay with 3 sets. So let's just take a look at that. So they went for a full year, 3 sets, and 8 reps. 8 reps. So there you go.
Okay.
That's about where I like to stop too. The range will say 8 to 12 is great for growing muscles. I'm about done at 8, mostly because I choose weights that are more challenging because I like to lift heavy. So depending on where you're at in your journey and if you like to do that or not, 8 to 12.
I lift super heavy weights, so.
You do? Yeah. How many reps a weight? How many are you doing then?
How many reps? 8.
8 reps.
Generally.
Yeah. 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Men, I would say 3. It's pretty average.
I do 3.
2 times a week. 3, I think, is good.
Okay.
Yeah, muscle hypertrophy refers to the growth of muscle tissue.
So I should just be getting jacked, though.
Well, which can manifest in a variety of ultra-structural adaptations. Mid-range of the continuum from 8 to 12 is considered the hypertrophy zone. So there we go. That's kind of where you want to be at. 3 times a week, going through the exercises that they do. Obviously, you want to do review. You want to have a squat.
Yeah.
You want to have a hinge pattern.
Yeah.
A push, pull, core, do some stretches. If your muscles are not growing, it's probably, in my opinion, a couple of main things. What you're choosing to consume. Checking your grams of protein count. And check your weight. Probably need to go up. Are you getting done with 8? Are you changing the weight each set? Or are you doing the same weight?
It kind of depends. It varies.
Do you go up or down if you change it, or do you stay the same?
I'll go up.
When you get to 8, are you gassed? Or do you have more in the tank?
Yeah, because with the app that I use for my workouts, it has like a effort, like how many RPEs.
Is it taking that from your watch?
No, you put in.
your preferred rate of exertion.
You put in like how hard was that for you.
Gotcha. You put in how hard it was for you. And then it adjusts what it tells you of how much you should choose to lift.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, so anyways, that's that.
That's that. Hypertrophy. We're going to get, that sounds like something that like a,
I need a trophy. We need a trophy in here.
Like a ADHD kid would have gotten in like 3rd grade at the end of the school year. like the end of the school year awards.
That would
like
be
little Aiden gets the hyper trophy.
That would be what my son would get.
Me too. I'm not hyper.
I'm not
hyperactive physically.
You know what was the craziest thing about having the 4th kid was I was so used to having him as my last one before she was born that he was the kid that I had to put the squeaky boots on him because he was the runner. He was the one that would just turn around and be gone in a crowd. And so for a couple of years, he would wear those boots that had those little dog squeaker toys in them. So I can at least hear if he was moving because that child
He's a national treasure. That kid
gone.
Is amazing.
He would be the kid that would earn that inaugural hypertrophy statue. Because the hypertrophy trophy. So anyways, that's all we got. So
this is our last.
If you have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
No questions. None. I'm going to say
this is our last episode of the season.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy. I mean, this has been a fun ride. This was our first full season too in our podcast studio.
Yep.
We launched Big Sack Productions. We have a jingle. We played that, which is kind of fun. Should we publish the jingle on RSS? We almost should. I feel like as an episode.
It's a little inappropriate.
You think so? But if you mark it as like explicit, then it has the filters.
Because our podcast is not inappropriate at all.
I just feel like that would be kind of fun.
I think we spent half the season talking about licking buttholes or something.
Well, and then you went and picked the one video that pulled up that I was seriously waiting a few weeks ago. It was like, wait, how is it going to tell me if I'm going to, how am I going to hear what I'm craving? I'm really super curious. Like, how is it going to do that?
We were all three like leaned into my computer, like waiting to hear like spaghetti or steak.
I was like expecting like that really sexy whisper of like one of them, you know, in the background. And I'm like watching the videos, and then there was that weird semi with like the winter.
Yeah, it got us.
And it was coming and
and then it just said penis.
I was like, wait, what?
Alan, can you get her some water?
Oh, I got it. I'm fine. Oh my gosh.
That was really good.
I don't even like that was totally unplanned, by the way. If you thought that like she had planned that or not, it was
I did not
planned.
plan that at all. I thought it would be. I thought it when I saw it. I was like, that was not like a planned out episode. It was not well thought out, and we just like started playing a video. And I was like, this will be good because then we can kind of talk about what we all. It's like the
what we were craving.
It's like the white and gold dress versus the blue and black.
Oh yeah, which one do you see?
I was like, we're all gonna hear something different, right? And then we all just heard penis.
And there we go.
Gonna be a clip for sure. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Whoops. Anyways, so that was a good time.
Probably already was a clip at this point.
You know, so we had great episodes this season. It's been a fun ride.
We had some great guests. We had great episodes. We had a blast in our new studio, and everything's great.
Yeah. It's all good. So
I'm literally on Google trying to find a hypertrophy.
Perfect for this.
Like people.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. We're gonna find a really good one. We'll add it to the studio shelves, and that we have another story. We're just going to collect trinkets.
Collecting things.
Of the stories of the different things that we talk about. And it'll just kind of be our little shrine to previous episodes.
So we need a penis?
We might. We're going to put it on the Big Sack Productions ledge behind Alan. Oh yeah, we've already got the
what? Say it.
the fidget toy that flips out to a really long
Phallic,
looking purple. So
veiny. All right, so that was a perfect.
You should post a link to where you purchased that fidget toy and just make sure it's in the description.
I think I got it at Five Below.
Oh, well, you can order from Five Below online.
Yeah.
You should go find it. Make sure it's in the
Yeah,
show
let me give it a
notes because
good-
somebody might be curious.
Let me give the camera a good.
A little good. You know, that's.
Do you think they got it?
I think we got it. I'll watch social media for that clip. It's going to be great.
I post on my OnlyFans.
People are going to be like, what is this podcast about? It's like, we don't know. We don't.
That's a great question.
No plan.
a
Just
great
listen.
question.
It's fun. It's entertaining.
We
You
talk
might-
about all the things. We should just call it all the things.
We could.
Anyway, let's wrap
So
it up.
there's that.
It's been a great season.
Yep. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you much. Until next time, I guess. Cheers to season 5 and upcoming soon, season 6.
Yep.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.